to platform. My name is King Idris, and I'm here to give you guys a new insight on what is going on in the homegrown in Africa and international community. Today, we'll be talking about how the Nigerian Afrobeat supersede American hip hop music, like the rap, everything about American hip hop music. Uh, the Nigerian Afrobeat supersede them. From the history, Nigerian Afrobeat did not start from Davido, and Nigerian Afrobeat did not start from Whiskey. Nigerian Afrobeat stand long time ago, long time ago. It stand long time ago with a lot of prominent artists like Julius and Pretty, Plantation Boys, The Remedies, Rough and Rough, um, Rough and Smooth, uh, Dari at Alade, Paul Ike Dairo, a lot of prominent people really putting a lot of work to make the Afrobeat to what it is today. We can talk about the band, Don Jazzy, where they came with the more hit record, signing One The Cole, and One The Cole dropping one of the most relevant Afrobeat music, like the blues, R&B music in the Afrobeat history with Ololufe. So it was a beautiful times to see the Nigerian youth transcending from acting in the movies or playing soccer to something huge, something different. See them with the Afrobeat music, trying to create their own sound, doing everything from Ajegunle to Apapa to Surulere to mostly on the mainland. Now the industry, the Nigerian music industry itself is on the island. Now at Lekki, most of the celebrities stay at Lekki. So to have freedom, to have a lot of times together to be able to create a lot of stuff together. That's why a lot of Nigerian superstars have a lot of times that they do a lot of collaborations together. Most of them stay together on the highland, and most of them, I won't lie to you, they know themselves. So that's the reason why they were able to work together. On this platform is all about unity, it's all about togetherness, it's all about oneness. I really appreciate everybody on the platform. I really appreciate everybody because without you guys, I won't be able to come here to do what I do. I won't be able to do a lot of what I do because you guys support me in so many ways, like liking my content, even commenting on my content. My content is about African unity, is about African oneness, is about togetherness for everybody to be able to do something nice together as one people, as Africans. It's not even as Nigerians. That's the reason why I talk about Nigeria, I talk about Ghana, I talk about South Africa, I talk about Egypt, I talk about a lot of other African countries because I have to carry us along. It's not only Nigerians that watch my content. I used to check everybody viewing my content everywhere, like from Germany. A lot of people watch my content from the United States of America and in Europe. So that's why I love to talk a lot about other countries in Africa. The reason the Nigerian music industry is booming now is because it's not because of the work of Burna Boy today. It's not because of the work of Davido today. It's because of the work of the earliest people that started the game of Afrobeat. Because they tried the means, they tried their best to be able to create a sound for Nigeria. So the Afrobeat music that we all know today, that a lot of people from the United Kingdom they named it to what it is today, is because they have more populations of Nigeria in UK. In the United Kingdom, there's a lot of Nigerians that live over there. So when the sound really comes up, they took it serious over there because a lot of people really know what is going on with the Nigerian sound because it has been around for a long time from the late 80s to early 90s. Like they've been grinding like Julius and Pretty's, like a lot of people have been doing Mike Okri. They've been doing a lot of music, even the Fuji era in Nigeria, you have the Yoruba people with the Fuji music. They came on with the Fuji music. Like we have a lot of people like Barista, Kolintia Hila, even the people with the Apala music. There's a lot of people that do that. But on the platform today, I'll be talking why the Nigerian music supersede the hip hop music. It's just because of the creativity, and they don't talk about violence. They don't talk about sliding on hubs. They don't talk about killing people. They don't talk about harassment. They don't talk about bullying. Even when they rap the American music, even when they rap, they have to show like the toughness. They have to show like the hard, the way they present themselves in the rap game. They have to show like this side of, uh, how will I put it? This side of toughness. They have to show it so to make people believe they're very tough, they're very hard, which the Afrobeat music is just about the sound, it's just about the quality of the African sound. That's the reason why you have combination of all sound in the Afrobeat music. So that's why a lot of people will always gravitate to Afrobeat music, because it's not about violence. But if we're talking about what others are doing, like the hip hop music, we can say it comes with a lot, because for you to have your notoriety in hip hop music, you have to have a lot of people know more about you on the street. If you don't have a lot of people check your stuff on the street, or they know more about you on the street, there's nowhere you're going to. So that's the reason why the hip hop music that we know today is on the street. It's all about the street life. Why the Afrobeat music, they talk about happiness, they talk about fun, they talk about joy. Or someone say hello to me. Or thank you. Hello. So, that's the reason why the Afrobeat music comes with a lot of different energy. A lot of different energy. It's not the same energy with the hip hop music. The hip hop music comes with a lot of street vibe, with a lot of street energy, high pitch energy. And Afrobeat is not on the same realm. It's not like that. It's all about the African culture, to project and to show the African culture to the outside world that this is what we got going on in Africa. It's not even about Nigeria alone, it's to the whole of Africa. That's why people like Tyler from South Africa, that's why they're trying to fight for the recognition of other sounds in Africa. Like, it's not only Afrobeat, they have Amapiano, they have Rumba, they have Highlife from Ghana, even some side in Kenya and Uganda, they do more of reggae music. That's the reason why a lot of people from Ghana now they're shouting out, because they saw the money like the Nigerians make from the Afrobeat music. They see they make a lot of money from the Afrobeat music. It was huge. It was huge for the Nigerians. Everybody eat from Afrobeat music, from the producer to the engineers to the artist. Everybody eats in the Afrobeat music. So it was a huge gain for a lot of Nigerian youth, which the Ghanaians that they're very close, like the closer country that do Afrobeat like Nigeria had the highest stage, because if we talk about the Beyonce Lion album, that's the clarification of the superstars out of Africa. Everybody that involved on the project with Beyonce, they're one of the chosen one out of the game of Afrobeat in Africa. We're talking about Burna Boy, Solatel, a lot of people. And that's the reason why a lot of people gravitate to Afrobeat, because it's all about the richness of the African culture and African sound. So there's no violence in Afrobeat. It's all about fun, it's all about vibe, it's all about enjoyment. So it comes with a lot, which the hip hop music from America is not the same way, because you have to have your notoriety from the street before they start taking you serious in the African American hip hop music. So that's the reason why, one of the reason why the Nigerian Afrobeat music is going forward, is superseding them, because there's no how you want to tell me you're from Africa and you're not going to dance to Afrobeat music, because it's not only about Nigeria, it's about Africans, it's about African future, it's the culture, the rich culture, to project the rich culture of African music. We can see what is happening to Doc now. Lil Doc from Chicago is a rap star from Chicago. We see what is happening to him now. They arrested him. He's in court in Chicago now for murder for hire. We know King Von to be one of the most prestigious new upcoming rapper, but he passed away. May his soul continue to rest in peace. And a lot of people have a lot of opinion about it, because he had this huge problem with another rapper from the south, King Von. From people that doesn't know, King Von is from Chicago, is from the eastern side of America, while Quono Rondo and NBA Youngboy, they're from the south. One is from New Orleans and the other one is from Savannah, Georgia. So my people, a lot of stuff coming to this. Hip hop music only survive on street gangsterism, street lifestyle, while Afrobeats survive on African culture and future and tradition for African youth. So the African youth bunch on Afrobeat with a lot of style, with a lot of joy, with a lot of vibe. While on the hip hop music is different vibe. You have to relate to a gang from the street. You have to belong to somewhere. Even though you just come out to do your own thing, to vibe your own way, it's not gonna work. Your community have to support you in hip hop. Why Afrobeat, you can be living anywhere in the world. I drop your banger and they're going to dance with it. They gravitate to it. Like we can see Rotimi. Rotimi, he was born in America, but he grew up in Nigeria. He later came back to America. He was one of the people that had in the Power movie from 50 Cent. And we can see what he did. He dropped a banger. They read him, they love reading, and he goes everywhere in the world. And Rotimi did not even live in Nigeria. At the time, he has already resided in the United States of America. And you can see how it goes far everywhere in the world. A lot of people like that, like Ayo J, can I get your number, girl? A lot of people like that really make their money from Afrobeat, and they do not even stay in Nigeria. So, and hip hop, if you are not staying in the United States of America, it's very, very hard for you to make money on rap music or hip hop and R&B. It comes with a lot. So the street life now have overtaken the American hip hop music, while the Afrobeat music is just based on the African culture, on the rich quality of the African culture. So that's the reason why the Afrobeat music can go far. So that's the reason why a lot of people can easily gravitate to Burna Boy and Burna Boy's sound, because a lot of people want to learn about their culture. While we know a lot of people around the world comes from Africa, no matter who you are, no matter where your history comes from, most of the peoples come from Africa. A lot of people can even trace their heritage back to Africa. Like we're talking about people from China, they can trace their heritage back to the San people in South Africa, a lot of other places. We have a lot of other cultures in Africa. That means it's like everybody comes from Africa. So a lot of people with the Afrobeat music, with the sound, a lot of people really want to know what is going on with the sound. They want to know how the culture works, the kind of food we eat, how we dress, how we vibe, our tonation, our pidgin English, like the patois. I just want to know what we do on the home ground in Africa, because there is a lot of disconnect and there's a lot of division from the people in the United States of America and people on the home ground in Africa. There is a lot of disconnect. A lot of people don't even know what is going down in Africa. A lot of people don't know, because what they show people over here in the United States in the early 80s, in the early 90s, is African people suffering, people going through a lot, people that need money, people that they're hungry, people that don't have happy life, that they just asking people for money for people in Africa. So a lot of people think poor people live in Africa. And it was not cool. It was not cool before 2015, 2016 to be an African. It was not cool. So there's the power of Nigeria Afrobeat. This is the narration, this is the new face of the Nigerian Afrobeat. How the Nigerian Afrobeat changed the quality, the history, and the future of African kids. Like the African youth, Afrobeat changed everything. We became cool around the world, the way we dress, the way we say our lingo, what we do, the way we vibe with our sound, with our kente, our adire, our ankara, our clothes. I'm talking about clothes that comes from Africa. And with our food, the popular one now is fufu. A lot of people really like fufu. There's a lot of um, skit, there's a lot of video, there's a lot of content about African food that a lot of people really know what is going on. But the reason why the Nigerian Afrobeat supersede American hip hop is because of the culture, the back of the culture. African people really back their music, and the American music have a lot of vulture, a lot of gatekeepers, that things are not being cool the way it should be. A lot of people, my people, I won't lie, know what is going on in the hip hop music. Truly, there's a lot of money to make in the hip hop music because it's well structured. It's well structured. It's been structured from back in the days. We see a lot of people that really make a lot of money out of it, like Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, a lot of other people that really made, like the Jackson family as a whole, Marvin Gaye, a, a lot of people, PDD, first billionaire came from the game, from the black culture, black music culture, came from the hip hop music, and it's been around for a long time, over 50 years. So, but Afrobeat too has been around for a long time, but people are just gravitating to the sound and the music now, but it's been around for a long time. That's the reason why we are out to be from Ghana, a lot of prominent legends around Africa that have already do Afrobeat. In Ghana, there was a time the sound that the Ghanaians know now that the Nigerians do, it was being pioneered by the Ghanaians how to be musicians. Like the two of them, the two brothers from the Songo in Ghana, that they now work with the lives of Whiskey now. They're the one that pioneered the sound with Wandeko in 2009. And now the new generation of Afrobeat roll with the sound. We're talking about people like Whiskey, people like Davido, Burna Boy. A lot of people really gravitate to the sound, to the new sound of Afrobeat. And that's the reason why the Afrobeat music is going everywhere. It's going everywhere around the world. That's the reason why things have changed. That's the reason why a lot of people really know, they want to know about the culture. But on the other side, the hip hop music has just been like one-way traffic. It have to come from the street. That's the reason why a lot of people are going to jail, because when you mix the street life and the music together, it's not the same. It's not the same. That's why a lot of drug abuse, a lot of things is involved in hip hop music, which is not the same in the Afrobeat music, the Nigerian Afrobeat music. People will say, I keep saying the Nigerian Afrobeat music. It's because it's a Nigerian sound. Afrobeat music, Afrobeat is a Nigerian sound. It's a real sound from Fela Anikulapo Kuti. The bass, the band, the way the kick goes, everything goes is a real Nigerian sound. It's combination of Fuji, Akpala, Juju, jazz, reggae, combination of everything. That's why after the mixing and mastering, the heavy load on Afrobeat is very, very powerful. That's why the sound is different. That's why a lot of people really want to know what is going on with the sound of Afrobeat. They want to know how people do this, what people really know, why the sound of Afrobeat is this way. People really want to know. And that's why a lot of people get involved with Afrobeat. Now, for the 67th Grammy Award, a lot of Nigerian musicians have been nominated, and a lot of people really picked out Chris Brown. Like, why would they book Chris Brown in Nigerian Grammy, in African Grammy category? Like, why Chris Brown is being in there. And a lot of people be talking about like the Nigerian sold Afrobeat out. It's not the same way like it used to be before. Even some Ghanaian musician came out and said there's no money again in Afrobeat. They say Afrobeat have cast. I have the I made a video about it on my platform. You can check it out. It's not the same. What he say is not true. The reason why Chris Brown is being featured in this 67 Grammy Award is because he did a lot featuring with a lot of Nigerian artists. He's been in the game for a long time. He worked with Davido, one of the powerhouse. He worked with Whiskey, one of the powerhouse. He had featuring with Lord J. So it's a lot that he's doing. So that's why he's being recognized. Is a lot that is doing. That's why it's being recognized. It's not like they sold it out. It's not like it's being sold out, or the Nigerians they don't know what they're doing. They're trying to sell their right out to the United States of America, and now they're going to control their craft. No, it's all business. It's all business. There's a lot of bigger companies in the United States of America that they have huge interest in Afrobeat music in Africa, and mainly Nigeria because of the population, because they know they're gonna make a lot of money out of the Nigerians if they stick with them. That's why a lot of them really pour a lot of money into the Afrobeat music. We see what they do with Ashake. We see what they do with Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage, Davido, Empire Music in the United States of America, Gazi, have been helping a lot of African stars like Black Shay from Ghana. It's been dropping the bag. Librianka from Cameroon. So a lot of people really know about this on the home ground in Africa. Like the big powerhouse of the American music industry, they have huge interest in the Afrobeat. It's because of the money. Look at the shows Burna Boy is selling. He's selling arenas, selling stadiums, doing that show like every week, from Canada to Australia to United States of America to United Kingdom, everywhere around the world, Italy, France, everywhere around the world. They're selling shows, which is not the same way with the American music. And the hip hop music in America now is going through a lot because most of these stars, if they're not being arrested at home, they've been arrested overseas. A lot of people have been arrested overseas. That's why now the game is not the same that it used to be before because of the street lifestyle, the gangsterism that has been involved with hip hop music. The biggest rapper now, as we speak now, is in jail, Lil Duck. Other people that are trying to do, even the biggest from Canada now, is in jail, Tory Lanez, because of the case he had with the lady from Texas, Mega Thee Stallion. A lot of people like that. The big star out of Florida, YNW Melly, is in jail. The biggest star in Texas, Moturi, they killed him. So there is a lot that has been involved in this game in America, which is not the same way in Nigeria. It's like them having fun in Nigeria. They're sharing ideas. It's like I would say Afrobeat is just like the hip hop music in the 90s, in the early 90s. That's the way I would say Afrobeat is. Like in the early 90s, the hip hop music, you can see them sharing ideas, a lot of featuring. You see the biggest stars from the West Coast and East Coast, biggest stars from the southern side of America on the West Coast. Everybody, they intertwine, they're helping each other. They're doing the right thing, what they need to do at the time. But after a while, everything changed. It's not like before. Truly, there will always be money in hip hop music because it's the culture of the African American. It's the backbone, it's the culture of the African American from the big city to the ghetto. That's why most of the hip hop stars, they're from the ghetto. Either like Laro from Atlanta, we can talk about a lot of people from Memphis, So that's why the biggest star is from the ghetto, and anybody can be the biggest star of Afrobeat. You can be from a rich home like Davido. You can be from the struggling family like Whiskey. You can be from people that really do music like Burna Boy, like the Cody family. So there's a lot that has been involved in the Afrobeat music. There's a lot, but it's all about fun, the Afrobeat music. They don't kill themselves. I've never had a case of an Afrobeat musician killing someone else doing Afrobeat. Like they have a beef to the point they're shooting themselves. We can see the case of uh, King Von from Chicago, what happened to him in Atlanta with Kondo Rondo and Lee T when they shoot the brother and they killed him. He was too young to die young. And now his record label owner, the OTF family from Chicago, they slide for him and they're in jail now for murder for hire. So this is the reason why Afrobeat is winning over American hip hop because of the street life of the American artists. It's really affecting their music, which is not the same. It's not the same with the Nigerians. It's just like them having fun with the vibe, with the new style of music. A lot of people are having a lot of fun and a lot of money is even coming in. You can see the life Burna Boy is living in Nigeria, the kind of lifestyle the video is living. Even when Kai Cenat came, he was confused when he saw the Lamborghini, he saw the big lifestyle. They took him out big time. So he knows there's money in Afrobeat, and we can see all what is coming in. Look at all the stars that has been nominated for the 67 Grammy Award. There's a lot of superstars that come from Nigeria. They control all awards around the world now. You're talking about Mobile Award, MTV Base, even the Black Entertainment Award, the BET Award. Just mention it. Tyler cleared all the award in the MTV Base Award. Tyler from South Africa, and the category is Afrobeat. That's why she's saying Afrobeat is not the only genre of music on Africa. In Africa, they have a lot of other music in Africa. But the reason why the Nigerians have already started this game a long time ago, that's why they're ruling. That's why they are the front and they're pumping a lot of money, a lot of stars, their energy, their time, money. Look at all the concerts, all the shows in UK, in the United Kingdom. You see a lot of Nigerians coming out. You'll be surprised when Whiskey at a show or Burna Boy or Davido or Tiwa Savage. It's like a cultural day for the Africans. A lot of people just pumping in, they're gravitating, they're coming in. A lot of people because it's their sound, the dialect, the ways of life, the food, the way they dress. The Africans are deeply involved in Afrobeat. Why the Americans now they're thinking twice about the hip hop music that comes from America because it's not the same way. It's not the same. Too many people die. Too many people are dying every time doing it because of hip hop music. Because there's a lot that is being involved now. We're talking about sliding style of music, drill. They're talking about killing ups, killing people is a lot and it's not the same way with Afrobeat music. It's all about the vibe and the rich culture that comes out of Africa. So my people, I came out today to talk about this. It's all about unity on this platform. It's all about togetherness. I'm not saying this to put the Americans down, the African Americans, because there's a lot of people involved in the hip hop music. We're talking people from like the Latinas, from the Mexicans, to a lot of other people from other cultures, to the Samoans. A lot of people do hip hop. Even Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of Kenya that do rap. One of the best rapper in Africa, Khalifa Jones, is from Kenya. Nasty C from South Africa. Hemaya Baga from Nigeria. A lot of people do hip hop music in Africa. We acknowledge it, but it's not the same with the Afrobeat music because there's a lot that involved the culture, the tribe, the language. A lot is complex, it's big, it's huge, and it's rich. So that's the reason why a lot of people are able to gravitate with it. So I won't lie to you. It's gonna be like this for a long time because it's just starting. Hip hop is older than Afrobeat. African sound can be older than hip hop because we found out a lot of stuff that they even have today in hip hop music comes from Africa. A lot comes from Africa. But that's not what we're talking about today. Now the African people have already found themselves, they found their own sound because of their heritage. They found their own sound, which is the Afrobeat sound. And now we're talking about, specifically, we're talking about Nigerians today. The hip hop music need to change the face because there's a lot of youth that lost their life. I can mention a lot of people like FBG Dog, Motri, Young Dolph. A lot of people lost their life too early in the game. So now the parents don't even want their children to gravitate into the lifestyle no more. They're scared because they don't know what will happen to them. Why a lot of parents in Africa are really pushing their children into the Afrobeat music to know what is really going on about the game and to make more money because they say the lifestyle Whiskey is living, the lifestyle Burna Boy is living, the lifestyle the video is living, Tiwa Savage is living. All the people at the forefront, full forefront in African music, even in Ghana, there's the lifestyle Shatawale is living, Stowboy is living. Even now they can see how Tyler is living. They welcome them everywhere. Even most of the podcasts, without them, things are not being done proper. They have to be included. You see the halftime game in the United States, they have to give them their own portion, their own time to hear the kind of music, the genre of music coming from Africa. So this is huge. And I don't think it's gonna stop. It's not gonna stop anytime soon. And that's the reason why a lot of people have a lot of pride about it. That's why they will come out and they will say this is the best, is that, is that, is that. But it's just what the world is gravitating to now. There was a time people gravitated to the Jamaican music, the dancehall music. There was a time they have their time in the world, and there was a time people gravitated to the Dominican Republic music, and now they gravitated to Afrobeat music. So that's just the new norm, the new culture around the world. That's just the new life around the world. And a lot of people have already welcomed Afrobeat. I can even see people copying the style from Dominican Republic. A lot of people copying the style. Every music that is trending in Afrobeat, if you listen to the people from the Dominican Republic, like Puerto Rico, like the reggaeton sound, they copy a lot from the African artist because it's the future, it's the new sound for the future. That's why a lot of people gravitate to it because the hip hop music is losing its power in the world because what they're talking about now is not the same way with the hip hop music people know about, like the early star like 50 Cent, Nelly, Akon, Beyonce, the Destiny Child as a whole, the whole group. There's a lot that comes with it. Osha, there's a lot, Neo, there's a lot that comes with T-Pain, but now it's different. It's all about guns. Before you check the music now, you see people pointing guns, talking about killing people, demons, drugs. And that's not the same language the Afrobeat music say. The Afrobeat music is talking about love, it's talking about togetherness, it's talking about oneness, it's talking about unity, it's talking about culture, it's talking about tradition, it's talking about African heritage, it's talking about the beauty of the African women, it's talking about the African people struggle, the day-to-day life of the African people, how they're making it out in the world today. So that's what I'm saying on the platform. I'm not in here to pull nobody down. I'm not in here to pull nobody down. I'm just talking about unity. I'm talking about togetherness. I'm talking about oneness. And I'm giving insight to the Afrobeat music, why they supersede the hip hop music around the world today. Why a lot of people love to gravitate to Afrobeat music. It's just about the vibe, the enjoyment they have in the clubs. Wherever they hear the music is all calm, pleasant, a lot of good mastering. They spend a lot of time to make Afrobeat music. Just to mix it for the engineer to put things right, they spend a lot of time. to do that with Afrobeat music, and that's the reason why it's leading. That's the reason why there's nothing more. We can see what is going on now in the United States of America. All the big stars in the hip hop music, they are under the Rico Arts, like Young Thug, Gunna, Lil Duck, just name it, just mention it. From all the cities in the United States, from Memphis to Florida to New York to Atlanta, all the big cities that really make a lot of money out of hip hop music. All the big stars go to jail. And it's not the same. It's not the same vibe on the Afrobeat music. So that's why a lot of people really gravitate to that now because everybody want good life. Nobody want to see people die every time. Look at New York. Most of the biggest stars go to jail. They're in jail. They're under the RICO Act. The RICO is like the act, like the from the Constitution that the government of America, United States of America, used to associate any group of people and send them to jail in mass number. They've been doing that with the mafia from the time of the five mafia from New York, the Jennifers, the Lucchese, the Bonanno family. They've been doing that with them. But now they're trying to find that energy now to the gangs, to the little gangs like the Bloods, the Crips, the Ofa, a lot of gangs in Native America, the Latin Kings. Everybody have their structure, they have their color. Some represent the blue, some represent the red, some represent the green, some represent a lot of color because it's part of the culture of the hip hop music in Native America. Because without the gangs, I don't think the hip hop music will be what it is today because most of the money comes from the drug dealers that they're popping the money to back up the musician in their neighborhood to make money. And that's why most of the early rap artists, like we can say Too Short from Oakland, he was rapping about the drugs dealer in his neighborhood. Notorious B.I.G. was rapping about the drug dealers in his neighborhood. Lil Wayne was rapping about the drug dealers in New Orleans. While the Nigerians talked about the beauty of African women and the culture, the richness of the natural resources coming out from Africa, that just showcasing African culture to the world. Because there's a lot of narration about African people, like we're hungry, we don't have money, we Buddhist crashers, there's a lot narration like that. So Afrobeat music is the new narration now that is changing that face about African people. They can see the culture, the richness from the artist. They can see how they live their life. So now they know what is going on the ongoing in Africa. And a lot of people really want to go down there to have fun, to intertwine, to go with the people. And they know the people have good vibe. They have good energy. Because that's who we are in Africa. We welcome everybody. We believe everybody comes from Africa. That's why the white people can easily settle down. The Africans can settle down. The Boers can settle down in South Africa. That's why the Chinese can settle down in Africa, trying to walk around, make business, make money, which we don't have the same leverage in their own country. That's why the Arabs can go to Africa, make business early. So it's what it is. So on the platform, I just hired to give you guys the new insight on what is going on the ongoing in Africa and international community. It's all about one love. It's all about togetherness. And this will be my life, the first time I'll be streaming live. And my people, you just love I really appreciate people that really comment on the platform today. A lot of people that like the content. I just have to do this. YouTube make me come out to do this with you guys, and I really appreciate you guys turning up, checking my content out. It's all about unity, it's all about togetherness. Coming back this week with back-to-back good content on the platform. So I'll be saying one Africa, one people, one unity over division. My people, one love. I'll be coming back. One love. Thank you.